I used all the new Cityscapes cards in MLB The Show 26, and I'm putting them on a tier list for you to know which cards to use on your God Squad. And before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel here. We're going to be doing a lot more tier lists for all the content drops, challenge videos, and no money spent will be starting soon. So if you guys are a fan of no money spent content, make sure to subscribe to this channel. It will be coming out regularly. Let's get into it. All right, so this set featured 32 cards. We're starting off with Aroldis Chapman. Now, disclaimer: I am ranking about how good the card is. Aroldis Chapman is a S tier reliever, S tier card in the game in general. Is he worth 140K or whatever he is right now? No, he's not. However, he is very, very good. The first or second best lefty reliever in the game. So if you're going for like the best team in the game, he's on it. Again, is he worth 140K? No reliever's worth 140K because they don't play every game, or they don't pitch every game, and they pitch one, maybe two innings. Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle, I was a little disappointed with for being the collection reward and as his stats. Everybody loves Mickey Mantle. They actually fixed his swing this year. It's incredible. So for that being said, I'm going to go A tier. I think his stats were just a little lackluster, though they did leave the opening for you to use the mods how you'd like. I would personally recommend doing the fielding and speed, or speed and fielding, whichever way you want to do it, just so to his base stats, he's like kind of a mid defender, but you can get him to a good defender. He's a little bit better than the Beltron. So if you guys have the Beltron card, he's a little bit better because he has a little bit better power, and then they're very similar everywhere else. So if you guys aren't doing the Legends of Flashbacks 99s, is he worth the stubs? Probably not. But if you don't, if you're doing the 99s and you're trying to get every set done, he's not bad for the price, or for the set. Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins is incredible. I love his swing. His stats all around are really good, except for his power. You can put a mod on him, and I think he gets to 74 power both sides, and he's a switch hitter, of course. Plays a really important position. So yeah, if you put the power mod on him, 74, it's not the best in the world, but it's not like god awful like some of these guys on here. So with that being said, I'm going to put him A tier. He wouldn't play for me because I have Tulowitzki, 99 Tulowitzki. However, if I didn't have Tulo, he probably would be my shortstop. So that's the way I look at it. Sammy Sosa. I kind of went and looked back at this Sosa card. I thought he was good. Not like he was better than okay, but he wasn't like really good, great, or elite. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a B tier card. Decent defense, good hitting, but just not anything special. Matt Muncy. So this is an interesting one. Matt Muncy on All Star and below, Demon. All Star Demon. This is what we call All Star Demon. If he's above All Star, he starts going down. So for that reason, I'm going to give him A tier. But if you're on Hall of Fame, and then if you're on Legend, you should know this. But if you just made Hall of Fame, I'd probably take this card out. But he mashes on All-Star below. Ian Happ. So this might be a controversial one, but I don't think so. I think Ian Happ's S tier. So obviously he's free. There's that, right? But also, he's my starting left fielder now. Again, I have pretty much every card in the game. This guy is my starting left fielder. I actually just took out the Spotlight Trout for this card. So, yeah, this card right here, he plays. He's really good everywhere. You literally can use the mod on whatever you want. So if you want him to be a better defender, you can do that. If you want him to hit more power, you can do that. Want more contact, whatever it is. Yeah, I think he's great. He has a nice, really, really good switch hitter, and he's all around just really good. I think he's a S tier card for sure. Michael Young, I thought was okay. I think his stats, like, just nothing really special. There's a lot of guys I'd rather use, and Jimmy Rollins really isn't that expensive to get to. I think, like, if you grind all the free content, you maybe have to spend 50K to get Jimmy Rollins, and he's worldly better than Michael Young. So, yeah, just looking at the stats, and I used him for like one game. I didn't think he was that impressive, but he's pretty solid. But I would stick with C tier. Like, don't go out of your way to get him, but if you're no money spent and you end up pulling him, like, there could be a lot worse to use. Barry Larkin. I think Barry Larkin's a step above Michael Young. So Barry Larkin does everything really well except power. With that being said, like shortstop's a very important position for defense. He has good contact. He runs the base as well. This card's pretty good. JT Romuto. I have very high praise for this card. This card mashes, and he's fast too for a catcher, like 72 speed or something. He For him to be like in consideration to start on my God Squad is pretty impressive, I will say. So is he the best catcher in the game? Debatably. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna move him to S tier. I think that if you don't have Adley, you don't have Victor Martinez, and you don't have the Roy Campanella, I think he's probably, I think those guys are all kind of grouped together, and it's who you personally prefer. This card mashes right here. I like it. Don Baylor. Don Baylor's a DH. I really think he's a DH card. So with that being said, I'm just gonna put him in C tier. I think he only hits one side really good, and then he's like really average against the other side. But again, for a guy that's like really cheap or like just a 91, it's not really gonna be an in-game Don Baylor card. So for that being said, I think he's a DH. Edgar Martinez. This card was a little interesting. He has really high contact and clutch. Like his power, he's like weak, and then he has like no defense. Again, dare I say DH again? I think you could get away with playing him at third base, but I wouldn't be anywhere going on my way to do it. So I'm gonna say C tier, maybe B tier. I think I'd rather use him than Michael Young and Don Baylor. Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench, I think, is worse than Real Muto. I know a lot of people like his swing too. I've never been a big Johnny Bench guy. I'm gonna keep a B tier, but like top of B. You can put him in A. I won't argue with you on that one. I know a lot of people like Johnny Bench cards. Robin Yount, used this card, didn't like him. C tier. I never really liked his cards. Brian Dozier, I would probably rather use him than these guys. Yeah, I'll put Dozier B tier. I think he's pretty good, and he plays a relatively unimportant like defensive position at second base. I think he's fine. Curtis Granderson, not a big fan of this card. He just kind of felt lost out there in center field, and his bat wasn't that good. There's a few more center fielders I'd rather use. Stephen Kwan, kind of same thing. Like he was like good defensively for me, but he was a pure lefty, and he has like no power, and his like reactions were fine. His speed was fine. Like I'd probably say C tier. I don't think he really does anything better, in my opinion, than this Ian Happ card, and this Ian Happ card's free, and they play the same position. And Ian Happ's a switch hitter. Dave Parker, this card wasn't terrible. He really doesn't have much power, so think Barry Larkin, but he has really good arm strength. He plays a solid right field. Nothing crazy, but he has really good arm strength. If you pull him and you're knowing he spent, use him. If don't do it out of your way to go get him. Willie McGee. Okay. Willie McGee is A tier. This guy is super elite in everything except power. Reactions are incredible. Switch hitter. I like his swing. Contact and clutch is great. He's literally Beltron, just with a little worse power. So with that being said, if you don't want to go out of your way to get Beltron, this guy's here. He's probably the third or fourth best center fielder in the game. And again, that's saying something for a 90 overall. Chandler Simpson. Okay. I'm a Rays fan, so this one kind of hurts. I personally, like, this card's really bad because he just has no power. And his, like, reactions aren't that good either, if I remember correctly. But he's, like, a super fun card to use because it's Chandler Simpson. He has 99 speed, 99 steal. You can lay down some crazy bunts with him. But he's just a pure lefty. So I'm going to say C tier. Again, I want to be genuine, but he's pretty fun. It's Chandler Simpson, you know. Kyle Seager, I think I like his swing. He has pretty good pop for a third baseman. Again, if you pull this card, go for it. I would rather use Max Muncy because he just has like crazy power. But again, if you go in the Hall of Fame, maybe you can make the debate for Seager, but I would rather use Muncy on All-Star. Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds will be getting the first D tier. Mine, Angel Martinez down here. He accidentally went in when I tried to put Edgar. Jim Edmonds, I'm never really a fan of his swing. He is a tortoise in center field, and I just don't think his his stats are good enough to warrant anything better. Like I just don't think he's playable personally. If you really like him for some reason, I guess you could DH him, but like there's a lot better options to DH, and he's just a terrible defender. I just don't see any reason to use him. Mizorowski. So Mizorowski is interesting. I'm gonna say A tier. Is he worth this price point at like 50K? No, that's what I paid for him. But outlier fastball, outlier slider, good changeup, and I think he has like a slurve or a curveball or something. You are going to get a bunch of strikeouts online with him. If you go above All-Star, you're probably going to run into people that know how to hit him because you're literally just worried about 3 pitches, really. So, yeah, A tier. I don't think he's like a top-end pitcher in the game, but he's still pretty good, so A tier. Richie Sexton, I mean, this card's okay. He's good bat, plays a relatively unimportant position of first. Yeah, I think he's good. Nothing crazy. Clay Buchholz, I really like this card. Debatably S tier. I think he's borderline a top 5 pitcher in the game. So with that being said, maybe you could make the case for S tier. I think his stats hold him back a little bit. I think they're like 80s and 90s when you got guys some that are close to the hundreds. Like I'm pretty sure Mizorowski's all in the hundreds. But I'm gonna keep him top of A tier right now with these guys right here. I think all 3 of the guys were like A tier. I think really, if you're really being serious about it, Romuto should probably come down. But I think again, I personally, if I'm debating using him on my God squad, I think he's a pretty incredible card. Kinsler, I think he's good. I think he's just fine. Again, unimportant spot at second base, hits decent, just good card. Michael Bush, I wasn't too big of a fan of this card. We can take a look at his stats real quick. Decent quirks. Let's see. Attributes. Yeah, so 91, 101, and then 80, 75 with 88 clutch. Like, he'll be a decent pinch hitter. Not good fielder, not good arm, not good speed. Yeah, I mean, maybe you bring him in as a pitch hitter against a righty, but again, there's a lot better options, just as a pure card. So, yeah, I think this card's pretty mid. I would say probably C tier. Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine, kind of like Max Muncy, but opposite, I guess. The higher you go up, the better it'll be. So, for that being said, I'm going to keep him A tier, but, like, don't use him on All-Star. He's probably going to get shelled. If you're really good at dotting, maybe you can get away with it, but, like, Hall of Fame and Legend, especially Legend, will be a sweet spot. Raleigh Fingers, I think Raleigh's always just a good bullpen guy. Again, never at the top of your bullpen, but third, fourth guy as a righty, third or fourth righty. I rocked with him. He's cool. Again, usually like his cards, he's probably, again, going to be my fourth righty. So, Hunter Brown, good budget option. I'll say B tier. He's got a decent pitch mix. He throws decently hard. Got some good stats. Again, for his price, which is probably like 4K. Not bad. John Franco. John Franco's S tier. I think he's debatably the best lefty reliever in the game right there with Chapman. You can make the argument Chapman's stats are better and he's more dominant, throws harder, but Franco has a screwball. So depending on what difficulty you are, you would maybe rather Franco. Like if you're on Hall of Fame or Legend, the screwball's almost untouchable. So debatably the best lefty in the game. I would rather have Franco because he's free, not 140K. J.R. Richard. J.R. Richard, I'll say B tier. I'll say B tier. He throws hard. I will say I kind of found his pinpoint hard to use. Again, I'm a World Series player. 800 to 900 every season. Yeah, his pinpoint was a little weird to use, but he throws hard. He has like a quick release, so it's kind of hard to get the timing on it. Yeah, no problems with it. His pinpoint was just a little weird for me. And Felix Bautista. Felix Bautista is S tier. He is, I think he's the best righty reliever in the game. 6'8", 300 pounds, has the best pitch mix in the game, has a nasty, I think, outlier sinker. He has a cutter. He has a splitter. I mean, disgusting card. Yeah, I think he's the best righty in the game. So this is my tier list. S tier guys are probably on everybody's team, no matter who you are. A tier, I think they're just really, really good players, but some people might not be using them. B tier, good guys. Say maybe it's a coin flip if some people are using them. And then these guys are just kind of like, okay, like again, no money spent guys that don't have a lot of time to play. These guys will be fine, but not going away for them. I personally don't think anybody should use Jim Edmonds. Not a Jim Edmonds hater or anything. I just don't see his value anywhere. And then, yeah, I accidentally put Angel Martinez on here. So, yeah, this is the tier list. Again, if you guys agree, disagree, let me know in the comments below. If there's anybody I think I was too harsh on or gave too much praise, feel free to let me know. And we'll have a civil discussion about it. Otherwise than that is the end of the video. More tier lists coming soon with some challenge videos as well. Make sure to like, sub up, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.